Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Zita, and thank you for choosing to be here. Quick overview of the class. I typically like to start off with a little bit of range of motion, some mobility work. We'll move into a little bit more strength and flow. We move really slow, so take your time as you go through the practice. I have a couple of blocks here, so if you want to grab them, you can. If you want extra props, any blankets, go ahead. So we're going to begin in a seat. So you can start to bring your way down. And as you're here in your seat, let your spine grow nice and tall. You can close out through the eyes. You can bring the gaze somewhere soft. Take a slow breath into the depths of your belly. And a slow exhale as you gently just soften into the body, relax, let go. Take a breath in. And a soft breath out. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. And as you're here in your stillness, following your breath, let the mind slowly let go of any of the things that might be on it right now. Just let it float away. And I invite you to bring an intention into your practice. If you have something that you envision for yourself, a sense of feeling, a sense of being, an affirmation that you have, you bring it into your practice. Take another inhale here. And a soft sigh as you release and let go. Now you can start to blink open the eyes, take in the space around you as we slowly begin. You're going to take your feet wide on your mat, so your toes are slightly facing out. Knees are nice and high to the sky, and you can bring your fingertips behind you. Let it be a place where your shoulders are up nice and tall. Toes flex to the sky, and you're just going to start to windshield wiper your legs left to right. So I always like to say, like at the beginning of class, we're not looking to chase any sensation. We're not looking for the big stretch or anything really terribly exciting. You're just breathing into the hips. So especially if you're doing this in the evening time or middle of the day, maybe things are a little hectic, a little stressful, you might feel that in your body. So you breathe a little bit of ease. And then only if you want to linger on one side, you would just let the knees just kind of sit to one side, and you just breathe in. And you breathe out. Inhale through center. Exhale, let the knees drop off to the opposite side. And again, if you wanted to linger, you just linger. Noticing the internal rotation, the external rotation of the hips. Then slowly come back through center. You're going to bring the spine up nice and tall. take your feet long in front. Then lifting up through the sternum, you're nice and tall. Draw the right knee in towards the chest, and you can interlace your fingers behind the thigh, and we're just going to work into the hamstring a little bit. So your inhale is going to extend the right leg, and exhale as you curl the heel down. So you're also working into the quad here. Inhale, find a bit of length, and exhale as you pull the heel down. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bring it down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, find the length. Exhale, slowly bring it down. Beautiful. You're going to let that right leg come forward, and we'll just simply do this on the other side. Interlace your fingers behind the left thigh, lengthen up through the spine, engage through the lower abdominals. Then inhale, find length with that left leg. Exhale, pull the heel down. Inhale, find length. Exhale, pull it down. Inhale, find the length. Exhale, pull it down. One more time, find that lovely length. And then exhale, you'll pull it down. Beautiful. Now you're going to take your hands down by your side. Feet are forward, knees are to the sky, and you're just inhale, going to open the knees. And exhale, pull them in. Inhale, open the knees. And exhale, pull them in. Inhale, open the knees wide. And exhale, pull them in. Do that one more time. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, pull it in. Lovely. Now your inhale is going to reach your fingertips forward. Nice tall spine, and then you're just going to start to peel your way down. Just a little bit of roll. Try and keep as neutral spine as long as you can. It might be a little bit hard, and it's okay if you just kind of fall into it, but just try and stay present. Try and stay with it as you slowly lower all the way down. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now bring your arms up overhead. Take a good old stretch into your day. And then exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Bringing your feet down onto the earth. You're going to actually go ahead and grab your block. So take your block, place it between the thighs in a depth that it allows your hips to be like in line with your knees, so they're all in line with each other. So I have mine on the skinny face is looking at me. Now you're going to root your feet into the earth. You're going to squeeze into that block. Take a breath in. And then exhale, lift into the bridge. Inhale, lower the hips. And then exhale, lift into the bridge without rounding or puffing out through the ribs. Just think of this long line from the knees all the way to the chest. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. One more time, lower. And lift. Now hold at the top. Take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. Now we're going to really isolate this to the inner thigh muscles. So you're going to soften the grip of the block without letting it go, and then exhale, squeeze. Inhale, soften the grip, and then exhale, squeeze. Soften. Exhale, squeeze. Soften. Exhale, squeeze. Do that one more time. Soften. And you're going to squeeze, and you're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, beautiful, 2, and 1. You're going to softly lower it all the way down. So good. You can move that block off to the side. You can wiggle and shake out through the knees, through the thighs. Now, you're going to come into tabletop on the spine. So your knees are up towards the sky. You're flexing through your toes. Go ahead and grab your block. Push the palms so that you have it like long, it's long-sided. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, extend the left foot long, reach the arms overhead. Inhale up. Exhale here. Inhale, lengthen the right leg, reach the arms overhead, pushing into that block, and then exhale up. Inhale, lengthen the left leg, arms reach back. Exhale up. Inhale, lengthen the right leg. And exhale up. One more time each side. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale up. One more time, lengthen. And exhale up. Beautiful. Now, you're going to let that block go. You're going to cross the right leg over the left so you have an eagle bind of the legs. You slowly bring your fingertips just behind the crown of the head and you squeeze the legs together. Take a deep breath in as you lengthen the heels towards the earth. And then exhale, pull the sternum and the knees towards each other. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. And exhale, up. Inhale, lower. And exhale up. Now you're going to keep the sternum lifted. Release your fingertips towards the front of the space, your palms facing towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now with control, you're going to keep the shoulders lifted, but you're going to unravel the legs. Reach your feet towards the front of the space. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale. Ha. Exhale, release it all the way down to the ground. Draw the knees in towards your chest. A little squeeze, a little hug. You can roll it side to side. Beautiful. Now we'll do that on the other side. You're going to take that left leg, drape it over the right. Squeeze the legs together in that eagle. You're going to gently bring your fingertips behind the crown of the head or behind the head. Elbows are slightly up towards the sky. And then you lift with the sternum. And then your inhale lowers everything down. Feet towards the earth, head towards the earth. Exhale, you slowly lift. Inhale down. And exhale, lift. Inhale as you lower down. And exhale up. One more time, lower down. And exhale up. Now you're going to hold here. You're going to release your fingertips towards the front of this space. You could bring your palms facing down this time. And then take another squeeze. You're going to slowly unravel your feet. Bring them towards the front of the mat. Zip the legs, the heels together. And hold for 5, 4, 3. You've got this. 2, and 1. Ha. Slowly release it way down. Draw the knees into the chest. Beautiful. Now you're going to rock your way forward and back along the spine. You can cross over the legs, over the ankles as you come into your tabletop. So, as you get into your tabletop, you can kind of move more intuitively. So it's kind of less A to B to Z to the, all that kind of crack. You just kind of move, you wiggle through. I like to close out through my eyes and just kind of see what kind of parts of the body need a little bit of attention. Lovely. Now when you're ready, you're going to extend that right foot all the way to the back of your mat. Flex the toes down towards the earth and then just start to roll forward and back. getting into the ankle, opening into the calf. And then you start to slowly find that stillness, shoulders over the wrists, and you float that right foot, lifting with the hamstring. You can bring the left fingertips forward with your palm facing through your center line. Find a little bit of length. And then exhale, knee to elbow, crunch under the body. Inhale, find that length. Now your awkward pose, you're going to draw the left elbow back at goal post. You're going to open into that right hip and draw the right knee up towards the right side of the ribs. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, find the length. Exhale, awkward pose. Inhale, find your length. Exhale, knee to elbow. Now inhale, find that length. Exhale, lower the left heel down or left hand down. Lengthen through the spine, point through that right toe. And exhale, tap the right foot over towards the left side of your space. Peek over the toe. Take a big rainbow. Right foot taps to the right side of your space. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale, tap to the left. Inhale up to the sky. And tap to the right. One more time. Inhale up to the sky. Tap to the left. And you're going to take a big sweep, right foot to the right side of your mat. So the foot lands in line with that left knee. Your toes and your fingertips are all facing forward. Now lengthen through the spine. This is one of my favorite things to do for the hips. And then your exhale is going to pull the hips back. Keep the core engaged. As you rotate the right toes to the sky, your hips come back. Now your inhale is going to come forward. Your right toes land down towards the ground, face forward, but you pull into a cow. Exhale, neutralize the spine, pull the hips back, right toes rotate to sky. Exhale, you come forward, the foot lands down, you're in cow. Exhale, pull your hips back, toes to sky. Inhale, you come forward into your cow. Slowly come back into that neutral place. You can float that right foot up. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring it back into tabletop. Inhale for one round of cow. Exhale to cat. Now find your neutral place. Step the left foot to the back of your mat. Toes are flexed down to the earth. And you're just going to start to move forward and back, opening into that left ankle. You're also getting into the wrist, so happy work there. And you move with the breath. The breath is a beautiful anchor in the practice and the day. Next time your shoulders are over the wrist, you'll float the left leg up using the strength of the hamstrings. You engage through the lower abdominals and you reach the right fingertips towards the front of the space, palm is facing inward. Take a big inhale, grow a little longer. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, find that length. Then the awkward pose. Open the left hip, draw the right elbow back, left knee nice and high. Inhale, find the length. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, find the length. And exhale, awkward pose. One more time, find your length. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, find the length. Exhale, awkward pose. Inhale, find that length. Bring the right hand to the ground and you're going to point through the left toes and tap it all the way over to the right side of your mat. Your inhale is going to rainbow that left foot up and around, tap the left side. Inhale up, exhale, tap to the right, maybe the gaze follows. Inhale, big circle sweep off to the left. On your exhale, you land. Inhale up to sky. Exhale, tap to the right. And then final time, inhale, lift up and around all the way until your left foot is in line with that right knee. Get yourself set up. Lengthen through the spine on your breath. Exhale, hinge the hips back. Pull it back with the abdominals and the left toes to the sky. Inhale, shift forward. Come into your cow. Exhale, pull the hips back, toes to the sky. Do that one more time. Inhale, shift forward into the cow. And then exhale into that hinge of the hips, let the toes come up to the sky. Let it feel good. Slowly you come back into that starting shape. Shoulders over the wrists, right hip over that right knee. And then if you like, if you can, you float that left foot up. You push the ground away for 3, 2, 1. Oh, so good. Left knee meets the right. You go the hip side to side. Then you come into high plank and downward facing dog. Pedal out through the feet. Step into one and then the other. Come high on your toes, peek forward, bend into the knees, and start to step your way into a fold at the top of your space. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Knees are generously bent. Now, options here. If you sit at a desk all day, I would suggest that you actually avoid any deep flexion or folds. I'll say it through the practice because people, they love it. But instead of coming into a deep flexion, your spine and your muscles might actually like if you keep a little hold and you can bend into the knees and you just kind of tilt. Yeah. Then when you're ready, your inhale is a halfway lift where you lengthen through the back of the legs. Crown of the head reaches forward. And then exhale into the fold of your choice. I always take the high one because I sit at a desk all day. And then inhale, you slowly rise. Bring it up to stand. You can reach the arms up. You can take a good stretch. You can open up into the heart. And then come back into a standing position, somewhere that you feel tall, that you feel grounded, that you're here. Take a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. Then when you're ready, inhale, bring your hands up to the sky. Exhale, come into the fold of your choice. Inhale is your halfway lift. Exhale, step just the left foot back. We're doing a flow a little different today. Inhale to a low cow lunge as you pull the heart forward. Exhale, step the right foot to meet the left into downward facing dog. Inhale, you come forward into your high plank. Exhale, lower down to your knees. Inhale, shift forward, and exhale, drop just the chest and the chin, your hips stay to the sky. Inhale, untuck your toes, slide your way into Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower the heart down. Push to the knees, breathe in. Breathe out into your child's pose. One breath in. One breath out. Slowly come forward, tuck through your toes, come into downward facing dog. Hips come to the sky. Take a big breath in. And your exhale as you settle in. Gently lift that right leg. It doesn't have to come too high. Exhale, step the right foot towards the right thumb. Soft bend in that left knee. Rise up into your crescent lunge. Take a deep breath in. And exhale here. Big breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Step the left foot to meet the right at the top of your mat and find the fold of your choice. Inhale as your halfway lift. Exhale into your fold. Root to rise, bring it up to the sky. Go post to the arms, open up into your chest. Inhale, bring it up to sky. Exhale, find your fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms and step just the right foot back. Come into your low cow lunge. Should have said the other side, but you can do it with the blocks here as supports. You want to keep a tall spine as you lower the right knee to hover, open up into the chest. And then exhale, plant the palms, step into downward facing dog. Inhale, roll your way into plank. Exhale, drop the knees. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, elbows to the ribs as you drop just the chest and the chin. Inhale, slide your way into Bhujangasana, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Push to the knees, elbows to the ribs. Exhale, child's pose or downward dog. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now from your down dog, three-legged dog, left foot rises, left leg rises. And exhale, step the left foot forward to the thumb. You're going to find a little bend in that right knee and rise up into your double bent knee crescent lunge. Lifting up, take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. One more breath. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Step the right foot to meet the left top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift as you lengthen through the spine. Exhale into the fold of your choice, or you can just bend into the knees, slowly rise. Reach it up to the sky. Go post to the arms, open up into the chest. We'll do that flow one more time. Inhale, bring your hands to the sky. Exhale into the fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step the left foot back. Inhale to that low cow lunge. Left knee hovers. Exhale, right foot meets the left, back of your mat, downward dog. Inhale, roll your way forward. Exhale to tabletop. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, drop the chest, drop the chin. Inhale, slide into baby cobra. Exhale, let go. Push to your knees into your knee plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, right foot rises. Exhale, right foot, right thumb. Rise up into your crescent lunge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale here. One more breath. Exhale, Left foot meets the right top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into your fold. Root to rise, bring it up to the sky. Go pose through the arms, open up into your chest. Inhale up to sky. Exhale to that fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot to meet the back of your mat. With or without the blocks. Low cow lunge, right knee hovers, left knee is over the ankle. Exhale is your downward facing dog. Inhale, roll into your high plank. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, shift forward slightly. Exhale, drop the chest, drop the chin. Inhale, slide into baby cobra. Exhale as you release. Push into the plank. Downward dog on your breath out. Ground that right foot, three-legged dog rises left. Exhale, step left foot to meet the left thumb, top of your space. Inhale, rise up into your crescent lunge. And exhale here. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down, step the right foot to meet the left. Inhale is your halfway lift. Exhale into your fold. Inhale, root to rise, bring it up to the sky. And go pose through the arms, open up into the chest. Inhale, bring it up to the sky. And exhale, let your hands come down. You can bring them to somewhere on your body. You can bring them into Anjali Mudra, down by your side. Just find a place of stillness. Maybe you rock forward and back on the heels, on your toes. So the yoga practice was, it's here to calm the fluctuations of the mind. That busyness that we can experience. That can be hard to kind of still, to slow down. So when we do any type of movement practice, if it's done mindfully and with ease and a steady breath, it can help slow things down. It can also get us into a place where we can sit with the thoughts. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Inhale into your Utkatasana of choice. So if you've taken classes with me before in person, I love variations. So you can always have the legs zipped together, if that's your choice. Hip distance apart. Or what's my favorite is just taking a good old gym squat. It can feel very grounding, and it allows my hips to reach back and work into my glutes a little bit more. And you try not to arch through the lower spine. You find a little bit, you don't flatten the curve, you neutralize it. You just want to move in a way that is fitting in the body and that you're in alignment. Take a big breath in. Take a breath out. Now imagine that you're pulling the feet away from each other. Those knees are in line with the ankles. They're also in line with the hips. So you're not twisting or knocking in. You are in strong alignment, and you take a breath in and then you lower just a little because you can. Big breath and lower just a little because you can. One more inhale. Exhale. Come into the fold of your choice. You can shake the hips side to side. You can move out through the legs, pedal out through the feet. If your feet were wide, you might heel toe them in so they're underneath the hips. And then you rise up, lifted left knee raise. Now, nothing fancy here. This might be easy or it might be hard depending on the surface you are on. I'm on a thick mat with a lovely little carpet. So this is fantastic. But you just focus. So in the Yoga Sutras as well, there's one is a 245, 43, I can't remember, but it's on the portion of practice in asana, and asana is held in a steady, comfortable position, or something along those lines. Essentially, it's if you can maintain the breath and it's sustainable, that's the asana, but you only get there with practice. You breathe in. Now we're going to slowly hinge. You're going to bend into that right knee. You're going to pull the hips back slightly so you're tilting with the body. And then you very slowly start to kick that left leg back. Warrior 3. And you can start to straighten through that right leg. Hips are squared. Gaze is not looking at your right foot, but just straight down. You can always use blocks. This can be a fantastic support so that you can stay balanced on that right leg and isolate the muscle groups there so that you can work into it. And these are just little touching stones. So you're not trying to counter with anything else. Now your hands can be a prayer as well, or they can reach forward. And we'll hold here for another deep breath in and a deep breath out. So good. One more inhale, and then your exhale is going to just drop it down into a little curtsy squat. Tuck that left knee behind the right, hands to prayer. Then you're very slowly going to step the left foot. You're going to rotate that left foot out at 45 degrees, the left hip at 45. And then you're going to peel your way open. Warrior 2. Lengthen through the spine. And then sink a little deeper. Inhale, lift that right heel. And exhale, hold. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Slowly lower the heel, lengthen through the leg, bring your hands up to the sky. You're going to heel toe that left foot in twice. You're going to hinge the hips towards the back of your space. Bring that right hand forward. Then take a hold of your block. Trikonasana triangle shape. One of my favorite asanas. There's so much space. And you're working so many things. You're lengthening through that inner right side. You're using those glutes, those muscles to stay supported. The obliques are fired up. You're reaching in all directions. Grounding down through that left leg. Take a deep breath in. You take a deep breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly bend into that right knee. Gently reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill, simple twist. Left hand inside of the right foot. Left toes to the earth. Peel that right fingertip up to the sky. Option here to lower the left knee down to the ground if you'd like. And you can tap that left heel as the foot floats off the mat. Squeezing in towards the glutes. So it's less about the hold and the reach. Use that muscle, that left hamstring, into the curl for 3, 2, 1. You release. Beautiful half splits. Ardha Hanumasana. Lengthen through the spine. Slow crawl your way into your lunge. Right foot meets the left. Downward dog. High in your toes, gaze forward. Exhale, bend deep into the knees. Now you're going to step the left foot towards the left thumb. And with control, you're going to rise up. Lifted right knee raise. And just like that, we're on the other side. So you get positioned. One hip, that right hip might jump up. Just try and keep it leveled. Everything is in line, and you're just using the muscles of your body to stay supported, but it also requires so much attention. So I bet if you close your eyes and you let your mind wander, you might fall out of this right away. So even though we see all the fancy stuff on yoga with the balances, like this in itself is hard. And you really think about it. All right, one more breath in. Now bend into that left knee. As you hinge the hips back, this allows you to safely lean forward without compromising the neutral spine. And then you reach that right foot all the way back, and then you can straighten through that left leg if you like. Keep the hips facing towards the earth. You can use those blocks underneath the hands, staying lifted so you're not folding forward. A lot of the times I'll see in class with people with the blocks by their feet. Step them forward so that they're the length of your torso. Now, with or without the blocks, if you're not using the blocks, you can bring your hands to the heart. You can reach the arms forward. And you'll be here for 3 counts of breath. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Maybe you encourage a little bit of an ujjayi breath in and out. One more inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat. Tuck that right knee behind the left, hands to heart. Now you're slowly going to open that right hip wide. Step the right foot back. Land in your warrior two. So that right foot, it's going to face in the direction of that hip. So try not to twist your knee, which can happen a lot in this shape. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now inhale, lift that left heel. And exhale here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now inhale, slowly straighten through that left leg, release the foot. Heel toe that back foot in twice. Hinge the hips back. Bring the left fingertips all the way forward. And then find Trikonasana, triangle pose on this side. That left hip is going to peel its way to the back of the room. Your ribs are going to rotate up to the sky so you find a lovely space. You're pushing down with both feet. You're lengthening through the spine. If you find that you're rounding or you're arching, find that neutral place. Be in a spot where you don't feel that flexion or extension. Listen to your own body. Another breath in. Breath out. Now you're going to slowly release this shape. Bend into the left knee. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, you're going to windmill the right fingertips inside of the left foot. You might step that right foot back, lower the right knee, left fingertips up to the sky, breathe in. And then exhale, maybe you tap that heel, but you push that heel in towards your fingertips, squeezing into the hamstring, working into that little curl for 3, for 2, and 1. You slowly release, half split, Ardha Hanumasana. You grow the crown of the head long, flexing through the toes. Breathe in and out. Slowly bend into that left knee. Step your right one forward. It might be pretty far back. You can use your blocks here. And let the left knee meet the right. Come down onto your heels. Close out through the eyes. Let the palms rest on your thighs, facing upward. Breathing in. And out. Now come back maybe to that intention that you set at the beginning of class. And don't worry if it left you during the time where you forgot. It's always with you, even if it's just sitting in the back of the mind. And with that intention, start to feel what that would be like in your body. What is the senses that you would have? What would your life look like with that intention? I find that in my day right now, in my own practice, and then if I think of it in the classes I teach, I like to sit with the intention. Even if it's not part of the class or part of the theme of the class, it's just to sit with it. Very slowly, you can start to come down onto your back. And bring your feet forward. And gently bring your way there. Draw your knees into your chest. Start to roll the knees in one direction. And then in the other. Then when you're ready, place your feet on the ground. So you move your hips to the side and let your knees drop off to the right. I had a fantastic adjustment by a teacher in class recently where my knees were in line with my hips. And she moved them and pulled them a little closer towards the top of my mat. And I felt like this beautiful space. So you can take your right hand to that top left thigh, the left hand to your ribs, and then just kind of, it's less stressful. It's a lot less effort. And I think this part of the practice, it's just beautiful to rest in that ease. Take another inhale here. Soft exhale. Then when you're ready, we're going to gently come out of this shape. Ground your feet and scoot your hips off to the right side. Knees together, let them fall to the left. Right arm is extended long. And you settle into this twist. Let it be restorative. You've already done a lot of the work. You've done the strengthening. You've done the lengthening. You've done the breath. And you just let it all kind of wash over. This is for the nervous system. This is for the part of your practice. It's to bring ease. Another inhale. Another exhale. Then you slowly come back through center and bring your hips down the mat and find legs up the wall. So if you're fortunate to have a wall or a door nearby, you can go ahead and bring your hips up to it. If you don't, you can just place a block underneath your hips. And you just swing the legs up. And you just be here. You slowly breathe into the belly. You breathe out. You soften through your facial features. You soften through the shoulders. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now you can stay with the legs up the wall if this feels like a lovely place for you to be. Otherwise, you can slowly crawl your feet down the wall if you're up against an actual physical wall, or else just draw your knees towards your chest. Roll onto your side and then come to your final resting place of Shavasana. So the feet are long, the ends are down by your sides. If there is anything that you'd like to use as a support, like something underneath your knees or underneath your neck or your head, or you put a heavy blanket down on top of your body, it can feel very grounding. And you start to notice where the mind goes, and can you invite it into a place where you feel stillness. Maybe you have a memory, an experience of somewhere or some time where you felt this stillness. When you felt this sense of peace. And if the mind is busy right now, maybe you let be that the thing that it focuses on. Crown of the head is heavy. The jaw is relaxed. Back of the throat is heavy. Your shoulder blades are sunk into the earth, the back of the arms, the back of the hands. All the way down the spine into the hips. They're heavy, the back of your glutes, heavy. Back of your legs, back of your knees, back of your heels, and your feet are all heavy. You take a soft breath in, a soft breath out, Shavasana. Just a reminder, if the mind drifts, bring it back into that cocoon of stillness that you have created externally and internally. And slowly start to invite a deeper breath into your body. Gentle wiggle of your fingers and your toes. And then when you're ready, you can bring your hands over the head, take a good old stretch into the rest of your day. Then gently draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Rolling onto your side, gently bring your way into a seat with the eyes closed or the gaze somewhere down the bridge of your nose softly. I like to close class in gratitude. If you'd like to join me, you can bring the right fingertips down to the earth, the left hand over the heart. We find gratitude for this earth, this place that we get to call home, all of the nature, all of the life that exists within it. Let us be good caretakers while we're here. With the right hand over the left, we find gratitude for the yoga practice, the people, the place, and the culture that it comes from. And then offering yourself a bow of gratitude for your own lived experiences, for your own passions, and everything that has led you to who you are today. And then from my heart to yours, I bow in gratitude. Thank you for joining me in this class. Thank you for sharing your time, be it digitally. The light and the shadow side of me honors and cherishes the light and the shadow side of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining. If you like this class, would love to hear a little bit more in the comments. Also, I teach currently a 75-minute vinyasa. It's like a strength to release class through a studio in Conway, and it is hybrid, so it's also through live Zoom. So if you are interested in joining for that, you can sign up through Mountain Kula Yoga. I'm on the schedule there. You can find a link in my Instagram page, but otherwise, it's lovely to be here with you, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.